And bring that other how to.
Story.
Yeah, I will, kid. Um, bring that how do I back from next week. The other one you had, because that one is good. All right, Joe. You have alluded to this. You have not. I don't think you shared the story with me specifically, or on any of our shows. But you want to talk about your first con experience, Gen Con. I was going to make a bad joke, but I was like, I'm making enough bad jokes at your expense. I'll leave it.
And I should qualify. It was my first big con. I went to a smaller con in downtown Philadelphia, but Gen Con it's pretty big, pretty dang big in Columbus, Ohio. And what makes this a more unique story than the small Philly con, especially, is my parents agreed to let me go with someone that they didn't necessarily know super well. I think we had known him for maybe about 6 months, and he was dating my older sister. But he was a youth leader at my church, and he mentioned that he was going to Gen Con, and I was like, oh, okay, sweet. Can I come with you? He's like, okay. And so my parents agreed. I had no idea what I was getting into. He didn't talk to me about logistics at all. So we get there, go to the hotel. I didn't even know we were sharing the hotel room with two random people. And so like I knew we were going to a hotel, but that's all and so like the other guys, they've got like sleeping bags and blankets and like all and I'm just like okay, can I have the stuff that came with the room? and so yeah.
Unfortunately, this story is very similar to the first time he came to Dragon Con. He's like, oh, okay, can I just have a piece of carpet and a blanket, please, sir? I said, no, you sleep in the yard, but that's okay.
There's a reason why every time I go somewhere, I take my my air mattress with me. Every time, even if I know we're staying at a hotel or something, I bring the air mattress with me just cause. So we get there. I have no idea what's going on here. Like I'm told that there will be a lot of games that I can play, and so I've got like my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I've got my imagination card. I've got a few different decks with me. And so
again, he was 27, everybody.
I was 15 or 16. I think I was 15. And so I just mostly hung out in the gaming area and found people to play with. I did find a program, and the guy, his name was Drew. So Drew was like, hey, you should totally sign up for this Mega Man card game tournament. So Mega Man was released that weekend, and apparently there's a rule that if they advertise a price for an event, they're not allowed to change that price. And so it was originally supposed to be a bring your deck type of tournament, and then you have an entry fee and you play the tournament.
Okay.
Well no one had
right, flat fee.
Yeah. Well, no one had cards. It had literally come out that weekend, and so they had to change it.
Oh, they have all the new stuff.
Yeah, so they changed it to a sealed deck / booster draft tournament, but it was like $5, and so you got you got a ton of stuff for $5, and so that there were people that literally showed up and said, I forfeit the first round, and walked away because they just wanted the product.
Wow. So okay, wait. So if they play the first round and you lose, do you lose the product?
No.
It's not like marbles where you keep the marbles.
Yeah, so you keep the product because you open the booster packs and everything.
They just came and got the packs and left,
basically. Yeah, basically. And so I stayed and played. It
As you
was an
should.
yeah, it was an okay-ish game. But yeah, mostly I was there for Yu-Gi-Oh and Dot Hack. Dot Hack was really big at the time. Dot Hack Enemy, it was the card game. And so yeah, I had a ton of fun. So I participated in regionals for Yu-Gi-Oh. Made it to, I don't know, only like the second or third round. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a unique experience. I got fleeced out of a whole bunch of money buying a Hero Clicks piece. Did you ever hear about Hero Clicks? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I know about hero clicks.
It-
You literally have the heroes. I'm listening for something outside my studio, but you they have a little quick dial on the bottom, and you turn that based on some rule, and that does damage or I don't know. Yeah, I'm familiar slightly with it.
yeah. So you've got your little figures, and they've got it split up. They've got indie comics, they've got Marvel and DC. That they've got the different ones.
And it's like Warhammer, with these little statues, because it's a collectible
Yeah,
as well as a game.
yeah. And they've changed it since I played. I guess there's cards involved now. But yeah, every time your character took damage, you would turn the dial a little bit until he was KO'd.
Gotcha.
And based on how much damage, your abilities would change. Like for instance, if you had the Hulk, as he took damage, he got stronger until he was eventually KO'd, and things like that. And so I bought from someone. It was a convention exclusive, a Galactus one, and so most of the figures were maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches tall. Okay. Or if they were a flying character,
Yeah,
because they were on a pedestal, they were, like 4 inches tall. Galactus,
8 inches.
he was probably like 2 feet tall.
Holy cow! Okay, that does track for the size of the board. Being
And
Galactus.
yeah. Well, and the board, most characters took one square up on the board. If I remember correctly, he took up 18 squares on the board. So it was either 18 or 12. Like he took up a huge amount. But yeah. I don't have that anymore because I sold it when I was in college to help pay for some bills, but it was fun.
Some weed?
No. I showed up. So, a brief tangent. I showed up to college with $50 to my name, so I kind of had
remember that story.
Had to raise some money. I don't think I've ever actually told that story on air. Maybe I should tell that at some point. But yeah, so that was I didn't even know what I was planning on eating. I didn't know. No, it was the
Well, but look at the size.
the third one. Yeah.
Right.
That's the size. It was that one. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, these are normal characters, and that's Galactus.
Yep, that's the one I had.
That's where
So
I keep clicking on the thing. That one's cooler. So go check out the YouTube video. We aren't going to do this often, but tonight is a little bit of show and tell. So we're finding the picture of the Galactus Hero Clicks, and you can see it. So all right, carry on with your story, sir.
yeah. Although I am, when it comes to Hero Clicks, I am miffed at my mother. One time she decided to try to clean my room, and she threw away one of my more valuable pieces that was not Galactus because she thought it was an empty box. Whereas I was keeping him in the box to prevent him from getting dinged up and banged around. It was Nightcrawler. It was Nightcrawler.
I'm sorry, dude. Was that just a favorite of yours? Was that a valuable one?
So they sold them in packs, and it was like $7 to get a pack of 3, right?
Okay.
Nightcrawler was one of the rarer ones. He was what's called a unique. And he was like $50 by himself. So,
oh no,
yeah. But
was there anything else special, or was it just that character was unique?
So he had an ability that not very many characters had, where he could run up, attack, and then run away because he's teleporting. But that's how they did it. So they did that for people with super speed and stuff.
Well, good news.
He's a lot cheaper now.
Yeah, $2, $5. There's one that looks special. It's $25. That one actually okay. That's pretty high up there. It's got him coming out like this splash with the red suit, and a Buccaneer sword. I don't know. So yeah, you can get it for less than $50. It's
well,
not
let's see. So it was the Clobbering Time Nightcrawler. You can get them used on eBay for $25.
Okay, that's yeah. So it is pricey, but still, it'd have been nice if you just had it.
Yes.
All right, so Gen Con, we've looked way out of Gen Con somehow.
But
So
yeah,
you
well,
were playing
that's
Gen Con.
I was there to play, and I had fun, and like I had one thing. I did try to go see a couple of panels, and one of them. Have you ever watched The Big Bang Theory?
Yes.
I'm going to tangent a little bit. So you know how he hates Will Wheaton because he didn't show up to a convention?
Yes.
So I think of this every time I think of my experience at Gen Con, because one of the panels that I wanted to go to was supposed to be with Sean Astin, and he didn't come. I don't know why, but he did not show. So
so you hate him?
nah. I still like Sean Astin. He seems like a good guy.
So Joe, how much did you sell your Galactus for?
I don't even remember. It wasn't a ton. It wasn't how much it was worth.
Oh,
how much is it now?
Okay, so just Galactus, Galactus the number G001, $60.
Okay, I sold it for like 80.
Okay, good. So well, still sad, but good. For HeroClix teams, Galactus and his Heralds, the complete set is $120.
Yeah, so the guy that I bought it from, he sold it.
And sorry to interrupt. If you show up at Dragon Con or any other cons that we go to with a Galactus for Joe to sign, he'll sign it, but he would love you forever if you just gave it to him. You signed it.
Oh,
we do reverse autographs. You bring us prizes, you sign the prize, we'll keep it and love you forever.
Yeah, so I mean, this wasn't all supposed to be about HeroClix, but it is a really fun game, HeroClix. So it's a board game where you determine what pieces you use. Each piece has a point value, and you determine beforehand how many points each player gets. And so you build your team with that point value, and then you try to win. Is what it boils down to. And so
yeah, so you played some of that, you did some cool stuff.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
That's obviously your favorite part of Gen Con. Your experience here was the games.
Yeah, but like I didn't have a cell phone or anything, so
nobody knew where to find you.
Yeah, well, it was just hey, I'll be back here eventually when we're ready to go, type of thing.
So they dropped you off at Con Daycare.
Kinda, and he went around and did his own stuff.
I did that with my kids at the Atlanta Comic-Con a couple years ago. They had a game room and I had to go moderate a panel. So I was like, you can be in this game room or that game room or the bathroom. If I come find you and I don't find you in one of those three spots, there's going to be problems. And then I told the adult that there's going to be problems. I've got to go moderate this. Make sure nobody kidnaps them. But yeah. So Joe,
I will say though, the Dragon Con badges are way cooler than the Gen Con one.
I mean, Dragon Con is cooler than anything, but that's neither here nor there. All my first concert church conferences, I don't want to share those stories.